Hello and welcome to the Target Prelims 2023 series with respect to understanding the entire strategy of being very good when it comes to your preparation for UPSC 2023 Prelims as well as Mains. If you're having problems when it comes to choosing an optional subject, you have come to the right place. In today's segment, we are going to discuss about that only. And it will help you in answering the very basic questions with respect to how to choose an optional. See, when we are talking about optional subjects, of course, we are talking about the mains examination, and the option subject, choosing the correct option subject is like choosing a spouse. That means you have to be very analytical when it comes to going through a list of such option subjects when you want to ace the examination. Just don't choose any option subject. But there are certain factors you have to consider. So today we are going to talk about the list of option subject, the significance of option subject, what are the factors that we need to consider whenever we choose an option subject and how to prepare for it. Alright, let's first of all talk about the list. So there are a list of option subject from which you can choose your favorite one or a subject in which you can score a lot. Agriculture, animal husbandry and veterinary sciences. Anthropology, botany, chemistry. Along with that, other subjects include civil engineering, commerce and accountancy, economics, electrical engineering, geography, geology, history, law. Also, management, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical science, philosophy, physics, political science and IR, psychology, public administration, sociology, statistics and zoology. So, these are a group of subjects. It does not mean that you will choose any one of them without going through other factors. You have to take into consideration many things. We will talk about that also. When it comes to literature, you can choose literature of Assamese literature, Bengali literature, Bodo literature, Dogri. Basically, those subjects which are included, those languages apart from English, which are included in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution, the literature of that you can choose. Moving ahead. Now, first of all, let us talk about the significance of optional subject. Why do we need to be very careful when it comes to choosing options? See, whenever you are going to crack prelims, after that, you will appear for mains examination, which will consist of 9 papers, but we have to consider 7 papers for, acing the merit. 2 papers will be of grammar in nature, paper A and paper B, which are qualifying in nature. Then, apart from that, we have 4 GS papers and then 1 option for which 2 papers will be conducted. In GS examination, 1000 marks of GS in totality comes. That means 4 papers will consist of 250 marks each. GS is something where you will score almost the same as others, as in there is a proper range like 350 to 450. This is the range generally. The candidates get the numbers in this particular range only, because what you have studied, the other person has studied the same. What books, the books you have referred, the other person might have referred to the same books. It might also be like your strategies are very concurrent. So GS is something that is you are going to sail through, but there are not a lot of chances where you can ace GS. Where you can ensure that you ace the merit when we are talking about the option subject here. Because choosing an option will give you an upper hand over GS. And when you talk about optional subject, you have to take into consideration different factors. So first of all, understand that GS is something every other student is reading the same kind of books and materials that you are using. So where you have to ensure your participation to the max is the option. Secondly, what I am going to emphasize over here is it is the key to success in UPSC CSE mains. Once you have chosen the correct option, apart from GS is common for everyone, in the option subject you have the choice that you can ensure that you get good marks. Okay, and that is of course very important. So first of all, we are going to talk about the factors. We have to see which subjects are there which are getting high marks, from which the candidates are getting selected the most. In English, we do see sociology, geography, political science and international relations, history and law, also public administration, anthropology, literature of any. It does not mean that you have written GS in English, does not mean that you cannot choose a literature from any other language. So first, subject scoreability. How will you do that? You will Google what? You will Google which subjects are highly scoreable in UPSC CSE mains. So a list might come and you will see the analysis from that. As I told you, sociology, anthropology, geography, history, law, PSIR, these are highly scoreable. First, you have done that. Secondly, you also have to ensure that what is your own ability and what is your interest. Now here I am talking about, you might be an office goer, you might be a college goer and your college has this compulsory attendance thing. So what you can do, if you're starting from very beginning and you have 2 to 3 years, good amount of years you have in hand, you can choose subjects such as history, geography. And if you're a law student, then of course you can choose law. Alright. Secondly, your own interest. Some students are interested in dynamic sort of content, such as if you choose PSIR, then it is highly based on current affairs. Similarly, with sociology, it is the same matter. But when we talk about history, geography, it is mostly static in nature, same as with anthropology. So, what is your interest? If you're not at all interested in current affairs, do not go for PSIR, do not go for public administration, do not go for any subject that is highly dependent on current affairs, because the kind of questions that come in these papers are related to current affairs only. Try to choose the subject which is overlapping with GS. That means one arrow, two shots. How does it happen? If you choose geography or history, GS paper 1 almost gets completed for you. If you choose PSIR, second paper gets completed for you because polity and governance are there. Same as with public administration. For law as well, GS paper 2. If you choose such subjects, it is preferable to do so. First, it will save your time. Second, you will be very well versed with both GS and optional. Length of the syllabus also matters. If you have shortage of time, try to choose subjects such as PSIR, PubAd, or even anthropology is a compact syllabus subject. Hindi literature is very compact when it comes to literature. English literature, not so much. It's not highly scoreable. But you can, if you have your bachelor's in English literature, you can choose that. So that also matters. If you have 1 year of time for preparation, go for subjects which have more compact syllabus, something that gets completed in 1 to 2 months. And of course, you are able to complete it before prelims, and also you're able to revise it. Sources of information and study material also matter a lot, because if you are going to go for maths, there are not many sources for maths. But if you are an IITian or an engineer who is good in maths, you can do that. So you have to also consider what are the sources of information, what are the study material. Then dynamism of the subject also matters again. Students who are very interested in understanding and who are well versed with current affairs and don't like to read the same thing over and over again. So you can go with certain dynamic subjects such as PSIR or law or even not geography. But yes, public administration, and these are the certain subjects which are very dynamic in nature. Second, and the last one, of course, your background matters. If you're an engineering student, if you're a commerce student, you can choose commerce and accountancy, looking at what is your own ability in there and are you really interested in it or not. So this also matters. Moving ahead, now let's talk about how to prepare for option. First of all, we have to ensure whenever we choose an option, suppose you are going to target prelims 2024, we are talking about. If you are targeting prelims 2023, then I have to tell you that do choose your option now. It's already too late. If you haven't chosen anything, please do choose it now. Try to take certain subjects which get completed in shorter period of time so that you can complete it before prelims. Okay, if you're targeting for 2024, try to choose your subject by March, April next year, so that you can complete it before Diwali next year and then you can revise it on. Okay. Study parallelly. This is one of the most important things when you can say most important questions or most recurring question that gets asked is how to study for option. If you're studying, if you have taken certain subjects which are parallel with your GS, which are overlapping your GS, you can study it parallelly. 2 hours minimum every day you have to, devote to option. If you're targeting prelims 2023, 3 to 4 hours. Before prelims, you have to finish it. That also depends on your capability. Okay, try to study it parallelly. Then you have to read NCERTs for concept building, because if you haven't read NCERTs, then your concept will not be clear. And even if you get through prelims without NCERT reading, you can never get through mains because concept is not clear. You also have to ensure that you see the question papers of last year's and then practice answer writing accordingly of your option. Okay, and in about 2 to 3 months, should be given only to the option. In the sense, you can either do it parallelly, or if you just want to read option, just want to study option, in 10 hours a day, you can complete it in 100 days. Okay, 10 hours per day for 100 days. Alright, so these are the many things that we have to ensure that we consider when we talk about option subject. And of course, there are certain standard books which toppers do recommend. With respect to taking online classes, Drishti also provide online classes for geography, history, law, PSIR. You can go to our website and check it out. Okay, so thank you so much and stay updated and all the best.